here's the thing, there's two types of e-commerce fashion brands, and each of these two types of fashion brands requires you to adopt a different style of advertising. And I want to show you the two different strategies I use to advertise for these two style of fashion brands in this video. Now, if you're new to the channel, you don't know who I am. My name is Justin, and I'm the founder at fitadvertising.com, an online marketing growth firm specializing in elevating thriving brands by simplifying online growth. Profitably spent over $9.6 million on ads in the last year alone. With that said, let's get straight into today's video. So, Facebook ad strategies for fashion e-com brands. Now, the first question is to you, right? Which fashion brand type are you? So you listening to this video, if you are a fashion brand owner or perhaps marketing for a fashion brand currently, what type of brand are you marketing for? Is this a functional or a brand-based business? And here's what I mean by the two. You'll often find that some fashion brands have products that are more functional than others. Perhaps you come out with a new type of fabric or a revolution in fashion, right? So you have, let's say, a pair of panties that prevents or at least absorb period blood. So that way you have period panties. Or you have anything that is functional. There's a specific unique selling proposition. There's a specific mechanism to your product. And on the other side, you have, well, brand-based fashion businesses, which there's nothing particularly unique. Now, remove your emotions for a second. I know a lot of founders are going to say, no, what I'm selling is unique. Look, think about the product in itself. Is there something similar out there? Can people get, clothed with something similar or remotely close? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, then you're probably going to have to adopt this brand-based approach, which means the following, okay? Which a great example of that, actually, a great example of a brand-based business is, let's say, Uniqlo, okay? Uniqlo, I love their t-shirts personally. And then when you think about Uniqlo, you think about oversized tees. Are they the only ones selling blank t-shirts oversized in a, nice fabric? No, like there's a bunch of other stores out there selling that, right? So there's nothing unique about them, but you buy it because you buy Uniqlo. And now if I continue further into my graph, well, this is the difference. When you have a functional based fashion brand, you sell the product. Whereas when you are doing brand-based advertising, well, quite frankly, you're selling the brand more than the product. You're not selling as much the product in itself and what it can do for you and how it can change your life. And because there's nothing really that you can hook your marketing into to sell the functional side of the product, because it's barely existent, right? If it exists, then it's been overdone or overused out there. And that's also when it comes to now market sophistication stages. Now, the more sophisticated a market is, the more people move towards identification, okay? They identify with the business more than the product. And that's what happens with a lot of these fashion businesses. Think Nike, right? Nike people identify with Just Do It, with the statement of the brand, with the athletes it's sponsoring, with the overall message, not because they have superior clothing or superior fabric, or not really. What's the core difference between Nike and Adidas? Well, frankly, a lot of the materials are the same. They're advertised to very similar demographics. It's just, again, the brand. The brand does the selling. And that's the core difference for a lot of fashion businesses. A lot of fashion businesses have to rely on selling the brand more than the functional side of the product. So I would go as far as to coin a term where you don't really want to find product market fit for these businesses. You want to find brand market fit. You want to make sure that the brand image is what the market wants to hear. It's a message that the market is ready to receive. And that's quite different. It's less direct response advertising. It's, again, more so about building, it's like traditional marketing. It's the brand tone, the brand voice, the community you build around it, so on and so forth. Not to say, by the way, that any functional business cannot rely or should not rely on a brand. I think it's incredibly important for any product-based business to develop a brand, because a brand reinforces the product. But again, on the flip side, a lot of fashion businesses cannot really start with the product and then hopefully build a brand in the future. They have to reverse this process and build the brand first before the product sells itself, okay? So now, when you look into my typical advertising process, it looks like this, okay? So you got my research. So typically I start the research phase whenever we work with a brand new business. We'll build what we call a research center. We'll take a look at the desires of our core audience, the research on the product itself. So again, it's fabric, what's unique about it, then researching our persona, who are we selling to? That doesn't really change based on the brand that you advertise for. It's pretty much the same thing, because arguably speaking, even if you advertise for, let's say, again, these Uniqlo t-shirts, the audience still has desires. There's still a core persona you want to advertise for. And there's still some level of product research for you to do, although not as thorough, perhaps, as a functional based business, you still have some level of research to do. Now, where things get interested, it's in the positioning phase, okay? Because when you want to position your ads, now this is when you speak to the different awareness levels that somebody might be at, depending again on where they're at in the market, right? So again, somebody being unaware of their own desires, problem aware, so they're aware of a specific problem in their life, but not how to fix it, solution aware, product aware, most aware. That's where it gets interesting. For most brands that, again, sell based on the brand more than the product itself, your advertising actually skips 2 tiers. You're not going to advertise as much to problem or solution aware people because it's, again, you just don't really have a concentration of your audience in there. You're going to go from unaware to product aware and most aware. Most aware are people that already definitely know about the brand and the product itself, and then just kind of waiting for a good time or reason to buy. Product aware is they're aware of their needs in their life. They're aware perhaps of your specific product, perhaps of a very similar product of another business, not just yours. So they're aware of oversized black t-shirts, but maybe not of your brand exactly yet. Okay. So that happens quite a lot because you're dealing with a highly sophisticated market, and chances are that most people in your space are aware of very similar clothing. So there's a lot of product aware people. But then if they're not product aware, can you claim they're solution aware? Which means, let's just hypothetically say, like, what are the core desires of people wanting to buy clothing from a fashion business? Some of those could be, I want to feel more confident in my own skin. You could be, I want to look good, or I want to show off to my peers, or things like that, or I want to appear as a high status individual, or whatever is that, right? Confidence is probably going to be a big one. Feeling confident about yourself because you're dressed well, you like what you wear, right? Well, if that's my desire, I'm aware of solutions of how to fix my need of wanting to dress better, right? It's not like I'm not aware of clothing. It's not like you're going to show me a tie or like a bow tie perhaps and be like, hey, this is this new thing. And I'm like, oh my God, this is exactly what I was missing to now feel better and feel more confident and dress better. No, I'm aware of different solutions to remedy to my problem. I might not just be aware of your product specifically. So that's why typically you would go from product aware to unaware a lot of the time. And when you go into unaware, this is when you do like awareness types of campaigns. Have you ever seen, right, these campaigns from like Adidas, or I'm going to go take it again, Nike, that I mentioned earlier, which are quite broad, right? You watch these ads and you're like, what was the purpose of this ad? You don't really understand, like, are they selling me something, right? It's more like you're going to, let's say, see like a swimmer, right? Early morning rising, she's a kid, and then her parents take her to practice, and she gets good, and then she does the Olympics, and then, you know, she competes, and through this entire time, you always see her with having, let's say, swimming cap with like the Nike logo or whatever, and then at the end, it's like just fades to black, and then you have Nike logo. Like, what is that? That's like awareness advertising. You're advertising broad. You want people to identify more so with the brand and the message than kind of the product itself. You try and tie your logo with a feeling. It's always what you try and do at this stage. So you sell the brand. There's no real product placement in these videos. Arguably there are, let's say with swimming cap in this example, but it's more so of a logo or a brand placement. It's an association between the brand and an emotion, a brand and a desire, a brand and a feeling. And you sell based on that, which is why I say you'll typically advertise to people that are very high in terms of awareness. So product aware, most aware and such, or very low in awareness. So you go like completely broad and you try and advertise an angle that is selling more so the brand and the mission than it is selling the actual product. And the way this looks like when you crunch this down into some ad creatives, like functional side of advertising, I feel is much more straightforward. If I show you 2 ads that we had made at the agency, one of them is in French, by the way, but it's for a pair of period panties. So that again is functional. Period panties, great. It's going to help you again save on tampons, or essentially like reduce your waste, have a better ecological like footprints. It's so on and so forth, right? There's a lot of use cases to this product. So problem solution aware advertising still works for a product like this one. Now, same thing here with this hemp underwear pair of boxers, which kind of, again, this is a new type of fabric. It solves problem that polyester can't. It solves problems that bamboo fabric can't. It solves problem that modal fabric can't. So there's a lot of comparison you can do with other alternatives in the space. So again, arguably speaking, solution aware and problem aware are also great to pick for these style of businesses. And now this is an example of more of a brand-based selling. This was actually one of our clients a year ago that was selling like anime-based clothing. So arguably, again, there's like nothing unique about that. There's other businesses out there selling anime clothing. Okay, they might have a better fabric, better quality, but I hate when fashion brand owners justify their product through the, that's why I say remove the emotions, right? It's like, I'll hear a lot of fashion brand owners saying, yeah, like there's other people selling similar things, but we by far have the best quality. Nobody cares. No one cares about like the quality part or whatever, because they're only going to figure out about your quality once they buy it. And we're dealing with e-com right here. So they can't like know that before they buy. So you sell more on the brand again on the function side. No matter how superior your product is, the brand is going to do the selling for the most part. And that's, again, I'm going to play that right here. We had like this montage that we made for like trying to tie the shorts that we had, because we did a poll with this client's like audience, and then we kind of figured out that a lot of gym rats were buying these clothes. So we kind of tied like anime with like gym clips essentially, and like just again tied the brand, so the brand image and what people in this audience liked to gym. So it's like our persona research, right? Going back to what we had right here. If I go persona research, my persona, we knew that this was somebody who liked to go to the gym, who liked anime, and all we did created was to create a tie of the strongest, essentially like the evoking feelings of this audience's day to day, right? So it's like, you like going to the gym, you like anime. If you bind these two things together, you're gonna like your clothing. Feeling, the brand, or image, the brand. That's what we're tying these two together. You are this or that type of person. This is who we made this type of clothing for. Which again, it does not fix a problem, nor is this really like solution aware or etc. It's usually for these guys are probably already going to the gym. They're probably already have gym shorts. They just want new shorts, or they want something better. They want something that suits them better, something that makes them feel more compelled to their core, something that fits better with their lifestyle. This is usually all towards like a product aware advertising. So the main core difference between these two styles of businesses, right? Because you would like, when it comes down to Facebook ads and the strategies and the way you structure your campaigns, I got plenty of videos on that on the channel talking about how to lay this out. Nothing changes here. It's more so about how you build the creatives and how you build the overall brand presence. I would start organically. If I had a brand like this right here, I would start selling organically first. I would want to build a very strong brand. One of the good ways to do that is to associate yourself with influencers in your space. So going back to this type of creative right here, if I was to start this brand, I would probably try and find influencers who are like gym rats and are known to love anime, let's say in the space. And I would like associate myself with them and have them just wear my stuff all the time and like just plug our codes to build a community, to build a brand, and have like a bunch of people that associate us with the two core things that make up our persona. And then when I advertise, I'm gonna have more social proof because I already have more followers. I'm gonna know better about my customer because I've already got sales now organically, and I was able to hold these customers either through post-purchase surveys or analyze their motives for buying, essentially through what we discovered with the reviews perhaps. So that said, I would start more with building the organic part and or the influencer strategy of a said business, and then expand the paid ads, then like really get into paid ads and to kind of grow this brand massively. In either case, there's going to be one thing that's going to resemble itself, is how can you first know whether the product is going to sell or not? One of the best ways to do that is to throw like what I call, I always say on the channel, like creative is the new targeting, but you could create campaigns where product is the targeting. So if I had a fashion brand and I'm not sure if whether or not I should actually build a brand or build an image around a specific core set of products, because most fashion businesses are going to have their core set of hero products or hero SKUs, right? Like most businesses are known for 3 to 5 products. Like again, Uniqlo, they're very well known for their oversized t-shirts. So oversized t-shirt with the Aerism fabric, it's like they're super well known for that. So each business has this core set of product that they sell a lot. Like going back to Nike, how many pairs of white Air Forces do you think Nike has sold? They're known for that pair of shoes. Does that mean that they're not selling any other of their pair of shoes or SKUs? No, but I'm pretty sure it's probably their 80 to their 20. Like a lot of their sales must be coming from a handful or so of pair of shoes as an example. So with that said, one of the easiest way to advertise or to test to see if the market wants product you have to sell, build a catalog campaign or build a very simple ad with like product on a white background and have a very simple piece of copy that just says, here's who this product is for, buy it now. So like we made these shorts for anime fans, gym rats, or whatever this is, right? Talking about the shorts I had earlier, throw the pair of shorts on a catalog campaign and just advertise that with broad. If you get sales, not necessarily profitable sales, if you can get sales, you know there's product market fit, right? So you know people actually somewhat like this product. So then it's like, great, if there's product market fit, then let me build a brand and then let me prove my brand market fit. Let me find a voice that I can tie to this product. And that's a good way, I think, to kind of test the market initially before just dedicating your whole soul and self into building a brand. Because when I say building a brand, it's not easy, man. This is one of the hardest parts of marketing, right? This is, again, not direct response marketing. It's intangible. It gets built through months, if not years of time. This is something that takes a lot of vision, right? It takes a very strong visionary behind this business to build a brand versus a product-based business. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Now, if you made it this far, you are an e-commerce brand owner or product business owner wanting to work with a paid ads partner on Meta, Google, and or TikTok, click the link down below and book in a call to speak with our team at paidadvertising.com today. And on that note, gonna wish you an amazing day. Check out other videos on the channel for some more useful marketing tips, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.